Hello, my name is Josh. I'm currently starting a new channel to cover different aspects of the hobby. Um, for a while now, I've been playing different types of miniature games, from 40K to War Machine, to Infinity, even Armada and Legion. And I recently got into Shatterpoint, yet I haven't got into a single game yet. Um, just throwing it out there. Um, However, when it comes to War Machine, it's been a long love affair with the game, with the setting. And today, I managed to finally pick up my Orgoth Colossal, the Gharlghast, I think it's called. If you see on your screen, I have different images of the stock images from Privateer Press's store. Right now, it's only available through their website directly. You can't get it through any other through any other store but their site directly. I don't know if that's going to change in the future. You might want to inquire for that. But as we speak, they are released. Prior to April 12th, they had a pre-order which they included uh, the magnets for free. So it's one of the primary reasons why I decided to pre-order. And two, I wanted the model. I got to see the model in Adepticon this year. I participated in one of their narrative events where we use multiple models of this that were painted in one day. I gotta look up the guy who painted it essentially in one day, I believe, which is insane. There was six of them, I believe. We'll fact check that later down below in the description. And then we'll also give a shout out to the painter that took care of that. And I'll also provide some images as well, one way or the other. But right now our focus is basically unboxing of the Gharlghast. It's gonna be cool. So I haven't opened the box. I literally just got it today, and just as a quick side note, I had an issue with UPS, and I don't have any problems with it directly, but they had an issue delivering the box to me for some reason. There's some construction going on in my building, and that essentially prevented the delivery. So a friend of mine, Nestor, who has a channel called Nessie Knows, we linked up, and he gave me a ride so we can pick up this box. And I was very happy. Initially I was really upset because I really wanted to have it yesterday, because technically it was supposed to deliver yesterday, but I finally got it now. And I got home, and the first thing I wanted to do was record this video. So let's get to it. So when you pre-order, you get the typical um, magnets that you need to sorry, bear with me, that you need in order to do the various attachments. Okay, there's several magnets here. Seems like they're all from the same size, and they have pre-drilled. If you look to the side on the left hand side of my screen, you can see where the magnets go. You can see the different colors. So according to the diagram, there are different sizes. Yes, they are. I'm sorry. So there are two different sizes. I know it's a little hard to see because the camera is trying to focus, but basically these two different sizes depending on what they are. So if you look at the diagram there, it tells you exactly where these magnets go. And they are color coded, so it's pretty easy, pre-drilled, so you don't have to deal with anything. So it's very useful. However, some of my friends were saying that you may want to have a tool because some of the recesses are very deep, so you have to deal with that. So let's open the box. So you have the typical box of Black Anchor Heavy Industries. There's no other. There is some information towards the back, which is some details of the company. You have the Privateer Press logo and all that. And you have the name of the model. I know you can't probably see that. Okay, there you go. And we're gonna open this. Let's see if I open this right. Flip this this around, get the other logo of the Black Amateur Heavy Industries. Okay, getting rid of the box. The packaging is very interesting. That's how it comes in the packaging. Okay, and at any point, if you want to focus on some of the pieces, you can always press pause in the video. And so we have that. So it looks like this is a couple of different parts, including the head. It comes with 2 different heads. And in the side image there, you can see all the parts that come in detail. It looks like it comes with a 3D printed 120 millimeter base. You can tell it's pretty good. Okay, and it has the grid structure there to keep the strength of it. Pretty pliable. Looks great. Okay. Looks like it's resin based. Could be wrong, but okay. And we have another module of stuff here. It looks like the arms. I'm gonna open this in a second. Just taking it out. And you have a little compartment, which is a typical ever since they've released. Some battle boxes came like this, and like the original Colossals came up like that as well. Okay, bear with me. And this is the actual body. I'm gonna get rid of this box so it won't be in the way. Okay, hear that cackling down there below. So let's start with the feet. A lot of the Orgoth models remind me of Scorn. Scorn was my first Hordes army that I've ever had, and it has a very similar look. But it also has its own unique look too. And if you've seen any of the monstrosities, like I have one here, which I started painting. Doesn't look that great in the camera, but maybe I'll provide some pictures. I do have a Instagram page called Josh That Plays, and I'll put a link down below. I also opened a Facebook page, but I'm not sure how much I want to work into that. I think I'm going to focus more on the Instagram part. And I'm just, I'm amateur painter. I'm nowhere near any of my friends that paint 1,000 times better than I do. I paint pretty quickly because I make, I don't want to really show my models here, but just giving an idea of the general aesthetic of the Orgoth armies if you haven't seen them. Okay. All right, so we have the lower part of the model here. You do have some supports and all that, and I know others have covered this extensively. I'm not gonna really focus on that. It's a 3D printed model, and you're just gonna clean it up just like any other model, honestly. And you'll deal with that, So I really like the detail with the chains. That's a common theme with some of the newer from the newer cadre for Orgoth, and I just love what's going on here. It's going to be very interesting trying to get those details out in the open, and this is just a connecting section to the other half of the model. And apparently he has some type of exit. I'm not gonna dwell on that. Okay, this is the main body here, and he is a chunky boy. He's as chunky as I am, apparently. So you got all the exhausts that are typical of a monstrosity. Oops, I don't want to go outside my range of my camera. And yes, you have support structures and whatnot, and we'll just deal with that as we go. Inside the neck area, you can see as well. It's a really interesting model. Sorry, I'm kind of new to this. So just as a dry test fit here, it looks like it fits pretty good. So this is how the model would be. And I'm going to do a comparison with a Colossal that I have available. It's a little off screen, but we'll deal with it in a second. And that's kind of the general height of the Gharlghast itself. Maybe I'll just raise it like that. You can see, kind of get an idea. Let me see if I can play games with this. So I have a medium base model, and this is roughly the size there. You can see a size comparison. Oh man, he's a little out of focus, but the focus is really on the Gharlghast itself. one day I'll figure out how to pronounce it. You'll have the name in the screen. So, and that's where we at right now. The balance is a little offset, but that doesn't matter because it has an arm that does balance that. So we're gonna leave this guy here for now. And we're gonna open the other section here. Okay, we're just gonna try to be a little careful. I would recommend, like, if you haven't dealt with these, you know, with the resin models, period, just take your time. Don't go crazy. The models are not gonna go anywhere. So we have one of the rockets. There we go. Okay. And we're just gonna move this to the side for now so we can focus on the other stuff. We'll move the base and bear with me. There you go. We're looking at the weapons here. They have different weapon options. Again, you can look at your side of your screen and you can see all the different attachments. I'm just going to show you as best as I can here so you can see what the model looks like. And so I have a conundrum here when it comes to this. When I have options, there you go. I think it's focused now. This thing looks crazy. It's just like it's vomiting or something, like some type of like ooze. Oh man, love it. It's pretty bananas. And let's just, I'm going to just quickly remove some of the support so I can try to test fit the head. I'm just being a little impatient here. Just bear with me. Okay. And just as quickly as so, like Bob Ross, we got the head in there. Don't look too much into that reference there. Oops. Okay. I work in the TV industry and it doesn't show. That's okay. We'll get this to work somehow. I just really dig the head. Okay, I'm gonna swap the head with the other one, which is the one I've typically seen pictures, and it just slots in like pretty easily. It barely even comes out me shaking it. So it fits pretty well. It pops a little bit, but with the magnets it'll hold in place, you know. Obviously I recommend not gluing it. You know, do your magnets so like that you can swap your heads. I mean, I'm not gonna tell you what you're gonna do with your own model, but good gravy. I'm really enjoying the look of this model. Again, I'm not gonna critique technical details of resin and all that stuff. There's a lot of experts out there, and that's not my focus. My focus is appreciating the sculpt work here. You know, you could call me a fanboy or whatnot, but if I don't like something, I'm gonna tell you outright. And I love this model. I loved it when I saw it in Adepticon, and the love remains. Perhaps it increases because now it's mine. And there's that. And this guy, I love this head sculpt too, man. It just looks fantastic. Okay, so let's put this bad boy down. I'm not gonna focus too much on the smaller pieces, but there's like cables and all whatnots and guns and flamers, and the all part of the rule set. And you pick and choose how you want to kit out your gargantuan. It's an interesting concept to me. It's part of the reason that got me back into MK4 or just War Machine in general. I love War Machine. I did took a long break and I came back in MK3. And then when they switched over to MK4, I thought about it for a bit. And Nestor and I went to a local store called Mythicos, and Privateer Press went over there. And they provided everything. They provided battle boxes. I was honored that they showed up over there, and they showed some love to our local community here on the East Coast, where we located, and it was awesome. And the point is that ever since then we were very invested into MK4. So this is one of the arms here. So it basically just raises the arm. You can see in the picture over there in the stock image. Sorry. I keep trying to go to the off camera, but so that's so that you get a concept of how this guy looks assembled. Looks like he's about to destroy something. Okay, and that's what you kind of want your monstrosity to do, destroy things, right? You don't want it to be a pillow-fisted guy. Okay, so this is the other arm. If I can make, okay. So this is the arm here that basically holds him in place. And I'm going to try to haphazardly set him up. Just bear with me for a second. And maybe I can get this guy tri-fit here. Oops. I think you can get the general idea of how this guy looks once assembled. It's just bananas, man. Here we go. This could end up bad, but I just want you to see how this guy looks. It's I'm telling you, man, I am a stickler for static poses and things like that. I like the movement that's being expressed by this model. Like it just like almost like a gorilla kind of look to it, where it just landed and it's about to unleash a punch through a wall, through another colossal. Use your imagination. For me specifically, I was thinking about putting some type of wall, but now that I see the model, I don't think it's gonna work what I wanted. I may do something where he's like resting on a deleted Signar Warjack, specifically Nessie's Warjack, and my friend Nestor, who is a big fan of War Machine as well, and he's the one that got me to go to Adepticon this year because I almost didn't go, and I had such a great time. And at some point in his podcast, we're gonna drop a recap of what went on in Adepticon for us from our perspective. I know a lot of people have done that already, and we'll get to it at some point. We may record this weekend actually, as I'm off. Anyway, trying to stop him from falling. But as you can see, all the pieces kind of fit like pretty well. Like I don't have no initial complaints at the moment. And with the modeling, if you have any experience modeling things, you're just gonna have to deal with stuff and make it work. And so this will be one of the arms here, and you can fit the hand right in. I didn't even do anything at all. I just fit it in. And you're gonna put the magnets and all that. There's gonna be, if I am correct here, you can put one of these arms here. I mean, one of the weapons, so you can see. Sorry, I almost forgot about the camera for a bit. There you go. Nah. Okay. This guy, which is the claw work for the lower arm that's connected to the base, that would be connected to the base. So I'm just gonna put this down so I can show you the arm. And there's that. Okay. And if you bear with me for a second. Okay. And we have an older War Machine model here. And what we're gonna do is we're gonna badly do a comparison here, and the emphasis on the badly. Keep in mind that this Hyperion doesn't have the right base. Mine got lost. So factoring that in, this guy's pretty big. It's still a little shorter than a Hyperion, so you can have that as a point of reference. Hyperion is also standing on cork, so it almost is a little higher than the base of the Gharlghast. And Gharlghast, sorry man, I don't know how to pronounce it. There might be people laughing at me right now. And if I can just do a haphazard comparison here. This is not gonna work. Anyway, the point stands. He's a big boy. However, height wise, he's more of the girth of him. You know, he's a thicker person. Uh, my adjectives are failing me right now. Yeah, and one thing I forgot, which also harkens back at the whole Scorn reference. He has these like basically T-Rex little hands um, that go there. They just slot. They just literally slot in. See that? Okay. And I didn't really do anything. You almost don't need glue. You could just friction contact, man. It's a testament to good engineering there. Okay. Um. So overall, what do I think of the Colossal? With the Gargantuan, I dig it. Again, I've seen it in Adepticon directly. I held it. It was painted. It was ready to go. So far, so good. I am going to hobby this like right after this video, actually. I will not live stream it or anything like that. I'm just not ready for that stuff. Um, it's been a very busy work schedule lately, and I have some buddies of mine that we sometimes get together. But overall, I can't wait to just set this guy up. Wow, where did I put the arm? Okay, there you go. And go to town. And more importantly, I want to paint this guy so bad. So there you got a gist of what he looks like. Yeah, just very cool. Keep in mind it's a resin model. And lastly, clean it up and do what you need to do to keep yourself safe. Wash your hands, don't touch your face, typical stuff. But man, I really enjoy this model, and I actually can't wait to end the video so I can start dealing with this instead of trying to figure out how to keep this guy in focus. Um, so he is ready to go. I have a list ready to go, and I have a victim this Sunday. I'm going to have a match with this bad boy. And so if you haven't seen my channel before, this is my first video. Please like and subscribe. We're planning to deliver more content. We're going to review more models. I have pre-ordered Ghost of Isles, so I'll do an unboxing and review of that. I'm going to, drop my thoughts. I didn't drop any thoughts in regards to the playability of the model and how I plan to use it. By no means I am an expert of anything, the painting or gaming per se, but I have been playing War Machine since on Mark 1, so I do have some type of experience. So you take that, with a grain of salt. I think we'll see. Once I make up my mind and I do some games, I'll determine what I think I like about this model and how I plan to use them. Definitely as a centerpiece, but we'll get to more details later. Thank you for joining us, and enjoy the rest of the weekend. Take care.